Thanks for tuning into the Hidden Tracks podcast. You can find us wherever you find podcasts or listen to music. When you have an opportunity, please give us a 5-star review, write a little note, tell us how we're doing. We really appreciate it. It helps us keep this thing going. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us at Facebook at Hidden Tracks. Instagram is at HiddenTracks99, and if you'd like to send in submissions or talk to us or give us any feedback about what we're doing, our email is myhiddentracks99@gmail.com. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Something in the way you shake your head. I never wanted anyone to care. I would still leave if we were already there. Every night inside, nowhere to hide. But it's just you. Something in the way you always make me sad. I never asked for anyone's advice. It won't convince me if you tell me twice. Any other time I just lay down and die. But it's a new day, you know. Try to survive and make it through another night. Always speak so softly. Come on and say you're sorry. My arms closed whenever you got close to you. Say I'm close to you. Why not say sorry? This is what somebody said. If you want to say every night inside, nowhere to hide. But it's a new day, you know. Try to survive and make it through another night.
What's up, everybody? Another edition of the show here for you. Today, I'm excited to have Ryan and Will from Thanks, I Hate It, an awesome band that I will let them label themselves at some point, but just an amazing band that, again, I found searching for music that makes me feel happy that I hadn't heard before, found these guys, and I absolutely love it. That's why they're here today. So Ryan, Will, thank you so much, and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having us.
It's our absolute pleasure. And I mean, I don't know who's going to, who has the cooler story about, let's say, the formation of the band to where it is today that would want to speak to it.
Will. He's the one that started it.
So yeah, originally it was just me and our other guitarist, whose name is also Ryan. And originally I was playing drums, and it was just me and him kind of playing in my garage. And Ryan, our drummer now, and Joel, the bassist, were in another band, and we kind of poached them. And then I don't know how much longer it took to find Sam, but Joel, our bassist, found Sam off of Craigslist.
Oh, the good old Craigslist when it still actually worked, I guess.
Yeah, that was probably the last time that happened for somebody.
I mean, in my day, it was posting at the local music store. I mean, that's the only way that you could find band members. That I just dated myself, so you guys can figure out how old I am. But yeah, it was posting a sign looking for a guitarist that doesn't wear makeup but still has cool hair.
Yeah, I was probably early on the Craigslist thing. That was how I found like a lot of bands that I joined when I was 14 or whatever. It was all through Craigslist.
Yeah, and you also had to make sure. I mean, wasn't there, if you did one extra S on Craigslist, it brought you to like porn site? Somebody told me that.
Oh, I didn't know. I've never heard of that. Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was like a whole nother thing, or it was like without the S, just Craigslist.
That sounds like it would be a thing.
So let's dive in like to some personal effects in life when it comes to music. And I'll start with you, Will. Music touches us at all different types and times in our lives. For me, I was extremely young. I remember being 6 years old, and I heard music differently than just a noise that was always happening, and it kind of changed my life and led me to where I am today. Do you kind of have like your first musical memory that like kind of piqued your interest in music? And do you remember like what artist or band it was that did that?
So the first concert that I went to, I should specify, I don't know if we mentioned yet, but Ryan and I are brothers, and so our parents always made music like a huge thing, because like our dad plays in bands and stuff. And I want to say I was like 5 when I went to my first concert, and it was a Green Day show.
Wow. Okay. That was great.
It was a pretty high bar to clear after that.
Wow. So, I mean, I'm guessing, Ryan, you were there too, or were you not born yet, or were you?
Yeah,
he's older. He's older than I am.
Yeah, I'm the older one.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if that was my first concert too. It's definitely the first one that I really remember. But yeah, I think I saw Cheap Trick at like the Hollister Biker Rally here.
Oh, that's better. I'm a Cheap Trick guy, so yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, those are like the two earliest ones I can think of, probably.
And like for you, Ryan, was that like your first memory of something that piqued your interest in music? Was it that Cheap Trick, or?
It was definitely Green Day. More, that was a lot closer to my taste at the time. But yeah, probably. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I feel like I didn't get way into music until I was like in high school, when I actually started playing in bands and stuff.
Is that when like the rabbit holes opened and you started finding things that maybe other people didn't know about, and that piqued your interest? Or
yeah, like when I was little, I was way into like Hybrid Theory, at like 8 years old or whatever that was like my favorite album. And then in high school, I like went down the new metal rabbit hole, like Cold Chamber and Slipknot and all this other weird stuff, weirder stuff.
Cold Chamber, name I haven't heard in a long time.
I fucking love Cold Chamber.
Yeah,
they're so bad and so good.
Goes with like Snot. That was another great one.
Oh yeah,
band of that time.
Yeah.
Now, how about you, Will? What was like your little rabbit hole when you started? After you're being 5 years old, for fuck's sake, seeing Green Day at 5. I mean, that's wow. I saw them when I was 16 years old, but that was also when Kerplunk just came out. So
I was going to say, where'd you get to see him though? You probably got to see him at a way cooler place than we got to see him.
Yeah,
we were a mile away in the giant stadium.
Yeah, we were. It was Roseland Ballroom in New York City. Seaweed, Green Day, and Bad Religion.
Wow, yeah,
wow,
yeah.
Um, yeah. So being the younger brother, I kind of just like, listened to whatever he was listening to. So that informed a lot of my taste until I was probably into high school.
Yeah, it was a lot of new metal and old punk.
You just forced it upon him.
I think
As
he
the
just
older
listened
brother?
to it because I liked it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's like what was always playing in the car, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
whether
control.
like whether I liked it or if I just got used to it, I don't know. The jury's still out.
Was there something different that you were maybe afraid to show your older brother that you were really into at that time?
I probably not, but only because I didn't have a way of finding new stuff. Like, everything that I had on like my iPod or whatever was all just from like the family computer that was already downloaded on there. And I didn't know how to, do any of that. Like, I didn't know how to go find new music to put on there. So it was all kind of just whatever he had.
Yeah, we live on a ranch, so like we didn't get Wi-Fi until 2014 or something. So it was all our music came from like one computer, on iTunes basically until then, unless we
Wow.
bought it on CD.
Wow. I mean, and if your dad was in a band, right, and playing music all the time, was that just a constant in the household? Was there music? Is that how you kind of got into it, Ryan? Like just playing music because your dad did, or was it something that you wanted to do?
I definitely started playing because he did. I played drums in the band, but I started playing guitar. I've played guitar since I was like 10, but I'm still horrible at it. But that was probably the first thing because there was just a guitar around, so I started playing it or learning how to play it. I don't know. He never really he taught me like the basics, like how to make a chord and stuff like that. But yeah, he kind of just like left me alone with it. He's not a super like music isn't his job or anything. It's like, very much a hobby.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's be honest. For some of the greatest people in the world, it really just is a hobby. I mean,
No, yeah.
there's only, as I say, I think there's only 64 artists in the world that make money doing it. So those are the lucky
Yeah.
64 that have a job to do. But other than that, everyone else has a hobby.
Yeah.
Now, for Will, how about when you started? Was the same thing, guitar sitting around, and you just decided to pick it up, or did you not want anything to do with it?
It was actually the opposite for me. I started on drums and then switched to guitar when I was I started playing guitar when I was probably in like 8th grade or something. And so our dad's band would always practice out at our house. So there was always a drum set just around. I wasn't very good for a long time. But yeah, I think around 8th grade is when I started like playing guitar and kind of actually switched over to that.
Well, that's pretty funny that roles are reversed now.
Yeah.
Later on, and
I mean, I'm still not a good drummer either, but
I beg to differ. I've listened to the songs, so. But what was that major conscious effort then, Ryan, to like just go on to moving to drums after, as you say, not being good at guitar?
I don't think it was like a conscious decision. I think it was more frustration. Like I got to a point or like, I only got so good at guitar and I got like frustrated and like I would get annoyed with it. So I think that's kind of why I started playing drums. Like
what was the most annoying thing about the guitar then at that time?
I'm just not, I get to a point and then I just don't get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, it's using your pinky.
Yeah. And drums just felt a lot easier to like, I can put on a song and even if I don't play the whole thing perfectly or whatever, I feel like I got all the way through a song, it felt different than guitar. Like, so I could sit there and do it for a lot longer without getting frustrated,
Yeah, no, I understand the less frustration. And, I used to say, I played drums. So like I get to hide back there and my mistakes weren't as noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for the introvert in me of being able to just hide behind something and being like, oh, well, I knew I fucked up. 95% of the people out there didn't know. My bandmates did, but at the same time, it's like, it's still fine.
Yeah.
most of the time it's only the drummers in the crowd that are really listening to the drums anyway.
Which is me every time. It's all we had 3 awesome bands the other night play at our venue, and it was like just locked in on the drummer. Like that's just how it is for me. I just lock in on it. I'm like, oh dude, did you catch that? Like, because there's another guy there that's a friend of mine who's a drummer. He's like, fuck, like that's the stuff where that's made of awesome things, but most of the time drummers are hard to come by, so there's usually not a lot in the crowd because they're always in a band playing for someone else at some point. So
Yeah.
now, Will, from going to the drums and then playing guitar, what was the hardest part for you when you like picked up guitar? You just said the using the pinky, but like, what was
I
it
still
when you were
don't
learning?
I mean, honestly, it was bar chords, but that's so boring because like that, that's everybody. But probably just like the muscle memory, of like being able to switch quick enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, like my hands were never like that fast or anything. Like they're still not, I can kind of fake it with all the, all the hammers and stuff, but like I can't go like play a solo or anything, it's like it's just not that style of playing that I can do.
Well, then who does the noodling and the mathy stuff in the music?
Yeah, I mean, like I kind of cheated a little bit with how much it's like, how much hammering and then open, and like it's just a lot easier to kind of fake it that way.
So
our other guitarist is also a good lead player, so he does a lot of stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of lead stuff.
Yeah. I think you guys are being way too humble right now based on the music that's out there for people to listen to. I don't want someone who's never heard your music hear this and be like, well, they're not really talking that great about themselves as musicians. Why would I listen to their music? But I'm here to tell you that it is. You wouldn't be on the show if I didn't fucking think it was great. So that's all you need to know out there, people. Don't listen to Ryan and Will try to be bashful about their fucking musicianship.
It's also just I'm horrible at like taking compliments. Like I always feel like I have to push back on them or something. So it's probably just that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so when you're younger and you have all these instruments around and you start playing and learning how to do things, like Ryan, when was the first time that you actually performed as a musician in front of strangers? Do you remember that moment, and where was it?
Oh my god, I'm gonna regret telling this story, but when I was like 5 or something, I was at my uncle's wedding, and for some reason I like went up to the band and was like, "Can I sing something?" And they were like, "Yeah, what do you want us to play?" And I was like, "No, I got it." And I just sang Smash Mouth, like All Star a cappella for some reason. And I have like vague memories of that. I don't know if that counts, if that's what you mean. But
listen, it kind of does, but also at the same time, every single person there was like, "Oh my god, that's so cute." So no, so it somewhat doesn't. You're not allowed to use that only because that's one of those things a 5-year-old at a wedding trying to. And honestly, I mean, Smash Mouth. I don't know why Smash Mouth comes up on the show way too often. I think it really does.
That's funny. But no, the first time I actually played like with a band was I think it was in high school, and it was like for they used to do a like for the high school bands that were there, they would do like a show every other month or something. So I think that was probably the first time I actually played.
Do you remember the feeling when you were done in that performance, or no?
Not really, no.
No, you're lucky.
No. I remember not being that excited about it because the band was not that good.
Well, very few high school bands really are. There are some that are fucking amazing, but then most of them are really not.
Yeah.
Will, how about you? The first time you got to play, in front of strangers, do you remember the feeling and where it was?
So I don't know if this is going to answer the question the right way, but it's the answer I'm going to go with. The first time I like performed anything, it wasn't music. I did stand up for a little while. And so that was like the first time I was like on a stage in front of strangers.
How did that go?
Better than it should have. Like it was in Hollister where we live at like a Vets Hall, and for some reason it was like sold out, and I was just doing like the open mic part of it. There was like a headliner and features and stuff, but so I was only doing like 3 minutes, but it went way better than it should have. So I think that gave me like way too much confidence about it.
So then I need to know what the next one was. If they give me way too much confidence, how'd the second stand-up go?
I'm going to sound like such a dick, but they all, like, until I stopped doing it, none of them went that bad. Like, there was one or two maybe where, they could have gone better, but I think it was, so I'm going to get way too far into this.
I want you to.
Story. So stop me.
I need to know more. No, I need to know more about this.
So I think like my sophomore year of high school, I went and stayed with a friend of mine in Burbank for like a week and took an improv class with him. And then after one of the classes, he took me over to like a comedy club that would let you in if you're under 21. And they had like an open mic thing that was also an audition to like go back and, like feature and stuff. And so the room on that day was like full of other comedians. So I think they were like, trying not to laugh to make it, so that you didn't do as well.
Yeah.
That was probably like the worst it was, but even that was, it was fine. There was like 20 people in there. So who gives a shit?
Why'd you get out of that life then?
I don't know. Sometimes I regret it, but
I think he would have been doing well now if he had kept going.
Well, I mean, yeah, with the way comedy is right now, you'd probably be doing great instead of being in a band.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So when I started, I was like 16, so there was almost nowhere I could go to do it. Like I had to keep going back to that club in Burbank because they would let me in, and like they kept booking me for shows. So I just kept saying, so I would have to drive down there like once or twice a month.
So I'm guessing during your live shows, since I've never seen you live, do you interject your amazing comedic skills throughout?
I don't say a fucking thing.
I say more than he does, and I'm like 8 feet from the mic.
I don't say shit.
Well, I mean, why?
I just, that's not what we're there for. And it's like, I don't think anything that I would find myself saying would be offensive, but like, what if?
Well, I mean, that's always the thing, right? It's like,
yeah,
if you do say something offensive, and as we've kind of learned in today's world, don't worry about it. Just double down on it and you'll be fine.
That's right? What I was going to say.
Yeah, just fucking double down on it. I mean,
it would be fun to like, dig a hole for Sam and Joel to try to get out of or something.
Yeah.
There's something for you to try in the next show. I mean, this is what it's all about. Like,
yeah, I'll just start telling
some new things.
I'll just start telling the sound guy we have 3 singers.
Yeah. Just so there's always a mic.
Yeah, just so I have a mic.
I'm pretty sure like half of NoFX's career was just built on their stage banter, right?
That's it. I mean, honestly, if you've ever seen them, you get more banter than you do music. And, the songs are only 1 minute and 48 seconds long anyway.
Yeah.
Now,
fucking love NoFX though. I'm just gonna say that. That's
yeah. Hey, listen, I love NoFX too. My senior quote was supposed to be a NoFX thing, but they took it out because it was dirty. So,
what was it?
For those listening, and if my wife listens to this, I'm sorry, but she's heard the story. I may not go down in history, but I'll sure as hell go down on your sister.
Okay.
Yeah. So they took that out. But that was what I wrote for my senior quote, and they just bought just nothing's there. So
that's a good one though.
Yeah. That was my punk rock fucking 90s years. So now you guys told me about your first concerts. So, I mean, we got that out of the way, but I want to know, Ryan, do you like have a concert that you went to that like stands out in your mind as like that was the one? Like if you never got to see music again, that would have been the one that you could have ended on.
I don't know if I have that. I mean, I already mentioned them before, but I was just thinking about it the other day. I got to see Cold Chamber like when they came back the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I would ever get to see them, so that was really cool. But like, I don't know. Other than that, I don't know. I'm more of like an album and production guy. I get way into like albums, you know.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I'm more geared towards that than live music lately. But yeah, probably that Cold Chamber one would be like my favorite one that comes up, you know,
Awesome.
first.
How about you, Will?
So I got to see, like, right before everything got shut down in 2020, like a month or two before, I got to see Waster and Hot Mulligan in like a maybe 250 cap room, like right before they completely blew up, and that was crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know, one of the salvages of like the 2020, when there were certain bands that were really on the precipice of like breaking, and some of them still got to break during that time, which was, I was very happy to see certain bands that, and then other ones that didn't, that I'm like, fuck, they should be 100 times bigger by now. And it's like, you know, that's the kind of stuff that I get sad about that awesome fucking time we had a year ago. That's what it feels like. It was a year ago. That's what. Now, when it comes to, you know, stuff that you guys performed, do you have, I'll start with Ryan. Is there a performance of Thanks I Hate It that, for better or worse, stands out and like occupies this little part of your brain that you'll kind of never forget? We usually like to hear the bad stuff here, but like good or bad is fine, but like a performance that just stands out in your mind.
I don't, Man on Man, probably that one.
That's a band, by the way.
Yeah. It's the guy, it's like the keyboardist from Faith No More, I think, and some other guy, and
his partner.
His partner. We played to like 10 people, and fucking Y&T was playing in the next room, and it was just so like it was just such an awful night. That's basically it. That one stands out.
Because there were only 10 people, or was it just a bad performance in general for you?
I honestly don't remember the performance. We probably played fine, but it was just like looking and seeing like 10 people right there in this big ass room. And like, you know, people just streaming by the door. Like they had the door open and people just like streaming by the door to go to the other room was just like really depressing, you know?
Yeah, to lose out to Y&T, I get it.
Well, I mean, I don't think there was a lot of overlap in the, you know, crowds, but it was still just like depressing.
I get it. How about you, Will?
I'll go a positive direction.
Good. I left that for you.
So on the first like big tour we did, we were supposed to play at this bar in Lansing, and I won't say the name, but
no, say it.
No, that's fine. I'm sure they get enough shit already. But I think it was either the day of or like the evening before it got canceled because they like double booked or something, and then they offered to have us play, I think at like 3 p.m. or something. And so, you know, we were like, well, fuck that. And one of the other bands like told us about this house that they knew of that would probably, or would want to host it. And they just had their last show at this house. It was called the Goblin Zone. And it was the fucking, still my favorite show we've ever played. Like it just in a garage with like, I don't know, 60 people.
Oh, probably more than that.
Like, yeah, probably like 60 to like 80 people. And like, you know, there were people like crowd surfing and trying not to hit themselves on the door rails.
Yeah.
And like, it was, yeah.
Get snapped by a spring. Yeah. That's some fun danger zone areas.
Yeah. Like if you ask anybody in the band what their favorite show was, they'll probably say either that one or the other one that was at the same place.
Or Excellency. I thought it was cool.
That one was good, but it wasn't a Goblin Zone.
It wasn't, but
now, did you ever go back to that place that shall not be named?
That was the only show. That was the only show we've booked there. Like the next time we were going to Michigan, we were like, fuck it, we're just gonna go straight to the Goblin Zone.
Yeah, we just went back to the garage. It was way better than that bar would have been.
I like, there we go. We got the good and the bad and a little bit of bad in the good. So, but it all worked out in the end, which is great.
all we'll say is fuck Chuck.
Fuck Chuck, and Kiefer's awesome.
Yeah, I don't understand double bookings. I don't know how it works. I book and promote our venue. It just doesn't make sense to me. All
Yeah,
you
I
got to
think
do
he
is
was
have a
just
fucking
stupid,
calendar.
but-
Yeah. Now, when it comes to music that you guys have released, I'd like to hear if it's different or it's the same. But it's one of my favorite questions I get to ask. And I'm going to throw it to Ryan first. If no one had ever heard of Thanks I Hate It, and you had to play them one song and one song only to show them what type of band and music you play, what song of yours are you playing for them?
I don't know. Probably Participation Trophy Wife.
Stand next to me. I'm feeling weak, I'm feeling anxious, and I wanna go to sleep. If you broke both my knees, I could stay in bed forever, and I'd never have to find my keys. Where the fuck did I put them? I need all my teeth to fall out like they do when I'm asleep. And I mean, I hope that I get hit by a truck and it shatters all my bones. Lay down with me when you are lonely and destructive, and you always second guess what it means, what we perceive. 'Cause when you're only treading water, you can miss out on all there is to I wish I knew how to shut up and read the room. I'm busy looking for the context clues, and you, I will admit, you've got a special gift for it, but you're not looking to forgive. I wanna give it to you one more time. I wanna give it to you one more time. I wanna give it to you. I need a pen so I can write down all these stupid prophecies before I go to sleep. And I need a hand if you could pull me out again.
I don't know. It's probably just because it's my favorite to play live. But yeah, probably that one. But I don't know. I feel like there's very different feelings on different songs, you know? I don't know.
No, I get
Hey,
it.
Trophy Wife.
I also appreciate that you had it was pretty fastly accessible to you to answer that. How about you, Will? What song would you play for someone that's never heard you that you would say it's your one chance to impress them of what the band does? What song are you playing for?
Oh, I don't know if it's just the random. I don't know if they're going to be impressed by any of them, but
You and fucking compliments. Stop, dude. Like stop shitting on yourself. It's okay to be good at what you do.
anyway, I would probably say Bummer. I feel like that one's probably the most like encompassing of kind of every like style that we do. Like it has the like twinkly stuff, and then it has the like palm muty kind of stuff, and that was probably like the most well-rounded to me.
Okay. Now Ryan said his favorite was to play participation trophy wife. But like, do you have a favorite song that you guys have released to date? Like, would you say that Bummer's your favorite song, or like, do you have, because it can be different. Like, what would you say your favorite song currently that's been released is?
Honestly, probably Trophy Wife, just because it's like I feel like we got a little weird with it, and I kind of like how we did that.
All right, that's I like that. And Ryan, I mean, that's your favorite play, but is that your favorite song you've been a part of that's been released so far?
Will's gonna roll his eyes at my answer, but it's off our EP. It's Past Bro Shops. That's probably my favorite song. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of cookie cutter and boring, but it's, I don't know. I really love the chorus, and I think Sam did a really good job with the lyrics.
Yeah, I don't think much of your stuff is cookie cutter when I listen to it. And like, that's what, like, I have my songs that I've played for people. So, and I love that it's completely different than what you guys picked, because that means everybody has a different taste for what it is you do. So,
yeah.
Ryan, what were you listening to the day you got your driver's license and went to pick up your first friend?
Oh my God. I don't know. It's probably something heavy. It was probably like Whitechapel or something.
That's heavy enough.
If I had to, like, yeah.
How about you, Will?
First thing that comes to mind.
Oh, I'm gonna sound so lame, but it was probably like Bright Eyes, because it was before I really got into like the Midwest kind of emo, and yeah, it was probably like Bright Eyes or fuck, I don't know. Yeah, probably Bright Eyes. I don't know which album, but
now you used the term Midwest emo, and that's the genre labeling in today's world is just absolutely batshit crazy. But especially in the world that we live in of fucking playlists and algorithms and things like that, this is where I kind of ask you, and we'll start with you. If you threw a label on yourself, a genre label, what would you label yourself as?
I mean, probably is Midwest emo, but I don't know. That still doesn't feel completely right, because it's also a little bit more like pop punky.
Yeah, I think that the choruses have a little pop punk tinge, but the rest of the music isn't really. I mean, I guess if someone could describe it, yeah. But it's so weird to me now. That's why I don't like to, label people unless they ask, like, what does it really sound like? But
yeah,
it's so hard nowadays. And I mean, what playlist do you guys usually fall under now? I mean, because I don't do the whole playlist game.
Usually just like it'll just say like emo. Like I think the only like editorial playlist we're on is like the emo right now playlist.
Okay.
But I mean, there's a bunch of stuff on that like that's not Midwest. It's like more pop punk than Midwest. But then there's also stuff that's completely to the other side of it.
Yeah, well, and I also think it's funny that the word emo had such a negative connotation to it for so long, but now they just throw like everything under emo, which is like it's weird to me. Like I'm just like, yeah, I don't think that's emo. I'm like, but it's better than alternative rock, I guess.
Yeah, it's funny. Anytime like somebody that I know for sure is not going to know what I mean when I say Midwest emo, like if they ask what genre we are, I just say like, oh, it's just alternative.
Yeah, I had to say that the other night. I had 3 young bands who were awesome, and it's just like different. They run the gauntlet of music, and it was like older people coming in because I didn't have pictures of them on the flyer on the window, and they're like, oh, what is it? I'm like, alt rock, like alternative music. I don't. I'm gonna say the word emo, and you're gonna look at me like I have fucking a dick coming out of my forehead. It's fine.
Yeah.
So Ryan, would you concur with that kind of Midwest emo pop punk generalization for genres that Will just threw on it?
Yeah, I don't really know. I people have asked me that too, like, oh, what do you play? And I'm like, I don't really know. Some kind of pop punk. That's usually just what I say, is some kind of pop punk, some kind of sad pop punk.
So what are the influences behind, like, because there's usually, no matter what happens, I mean, it's not like it's never wrong to pull from things that you're listening to, but for your influences in creating music, what are your biggest influence, right now, Ryan?
uh metal. I'm like mainly a metal guy, but yeah, pretty much just. Do you mean like specific bands or?
Well, I mean, if you want to say it, you can, but you don't have to necessarily. Just trying to dive in to see what your major influences are for you right now when creating music.
Right now, there's this producer that has put out a bunch of bands that I really like. His name is, I think it's Josh Schrader. He does like Lorna Shore, Signs of the Swarm, Tala, King 810. Honestly, hit like him and his like production style and stuff has been super influential to me. I don't know if that's exactly the answer, but
no, it's an answer, and I'll take it. How about you, Will?
Honestly, I mean, like when we started out, Ryan, our other guitarist, was like introducing me to a ton of the bands that I listen to now. So like, at first it was like Hot Mulligan and the kind of the bigger bands like in the scene or whatever. But the last couple of years, it's been a lot of bands that like we're friends with. Like Palette Knife is fucking awesome. Just a lot of bands like that we kind of have gotten to know, but like that I was a fan of first, like them especially.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's one of those things you enjoy something, but you know them, and a lot of times too, you may not always know that it's already being influenced by it.
Yeah.
Well, talking about influential bands or things of that nature, when it comes to music, I always like to categorize this as bands that never let you down. Like, people call it your favorite band or however it wants to be categorized, but I call it like bands that never let you down. Like an artist or something that you constantly find yourself turning to when you don't know what you want to listen to, but you just always find yourself turning it on. And that's usually like bands or artists that never let you down. So do you have an artist or a band like that, Will?
Honestly, I mean, Palette Knife is for sure one of them. Like I'll never get tired of listening to anything they've put out. Lately, like a lot of Joyce Manor for some reason. Like I didn't listen to them at all until maybe a year ago, which I feel like is kind of a weird. I feel like most people get into them like pretty early, but
all right. How about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like I said, I'm more of like an album guy. I have like albums that I just go back to, like not really a whole artist's catalog,
Yeah, you're searching for a perfect album. So like give me 2 or 3 of your top perfect albums that you constantly go to.
That I mentioned Tala. I don't know how to pronounce their album. It's like Metrophagy or something like that. That album's fucking amazing. Memoirs of a Murderer by King 810 is amazing. Damn, those are like the main 2 I've been going to. Yeah.
Nice. Now I let Ryan give me a perfect album. So Will, do you have like a perfect album that is, on that A list of front to back, no misses, and you can just the last song ends and you can go right back to the first song and you're fine?
I mean, I know that I for sure do. I'm just like I'm looking through my recent stuff to see kind of what the last few things have been.
Yeah, I'm trying to look really quick too.
Super Enthusiast by Max Seal. That was one of the like good. I would have that one on repeat.
That's a sleeper too. I love that you said.
Yeah,
that. I don't fucking album that
I don't see a lot of people talk about that one, and it bums me out.
Yeah. Oh, So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes. That would be my third.
Okay.
Oh, the is the album Bless My Psyche by Sincere Engineer?
Yeah.
Oh, that one. That was on repeat for a while.
Yeah, great band, and I gotta say, man, when they perform live, it is a total, and it's kind of something that I love, especially if I fall into like recorded music. But then I see the band live, and it's like the timing is up like a half a click. It's like brings this different type of energy and like performance to the song that it still sounds like what you fell in love with, but not quite. And it's not, some bands will completely change shit, but it's like it just gives it that more power
Mhm.
that you're just like, fuck, that
a little
was
more
amazing.
energy.
Yeah, and like one of my favorite bands that does that is Manchester Orchestra. Like you
Hmm.
go see them live, every song, it's either a half or one or a full click up, and it's just the songs seem so much more anthemic and so much more hard hitting than the kind of when they have the softer tones to it, and when it's live, it's like those soft tones are gone, and it's just like fuck you, here it is.
Are they still playing? I haven't heard them mention it in a long time.
Yeah, they just got announced that they're opening for, which is, I mean, good for them, but at the same time, really weird. I think Incubus. They're going on tour with Incubus, and they're the opener for them.
Hmm.
Yeah, little weird, but I mean, I guess I can see some correlation with later Incubus stuff, but I don't know. But good for them because they get on a good money tour.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of bands like Incubus, now, is there something you listen to, Ryan, that people would be really surprised to hear you get tons of enjoyment out of after just, running down your metal gauntlet?
I'm going to be embarrassed to say this one, but Chief Keef, that would probably be like the most embarrassing one.
All right. How about you, Will?
There was a while that I was really into Because the Internet by Childish Gambino.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I'm not embarrassed about that one. I don't know what he's talking about, but I feel like I feel like that's probably the most surprising.
Yeah, no, and that's what I look for. Something surprising, because in the day it's called guilty pleasures, right? But once you get okay with yourself, nothing's guilty. Mine's Jamiroquai. I was blasting it the other night before the bands went on, and everyone's like, "Fuck you and your Jamiroquai." I don't care, man. I'm like, yeah, I'm a punk, hardcore, emo kid at heart, but like, just something about it that I'm all in on. It's just, and I'm fine with it. I'm like, it's so goddamn good. I don't care what you say.
Oh, Oingo Boingo. I got really into this Oingo Boingo album. It's kind of a weird one.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's that weird. I mean, I think they're very underrated for what they did back in the
hell
day.
yeah. They're fucking amazing.
All those like new wave, well genre label, but those new wave bands from the 80s that a lot of people only know because they were one hit wonders, where I just say go back, listen to all the albums, and you're just going to be fucking taken aback. Like there's so many good bands that, one of my favorites that I own everything of is like the Psychedelic Furs, and like everybody just knows one song, but their entire discography is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if I know that. I don't know if I know who they are.
Yeah. It's just one of those things from that time where it was everybody just was only allowed to have one hit played. Like that was it. And even though they had other even better bangers than what made them popular, it's just like, but they just went by the wayside because that was the world we were living in the 80s. Yeah, which you guys know nothing about.
The only one the label wanted to push or whatever.
Yeah, and so many bands died off because everybody gets snatched up, gets signed to a major label, and then they don't do anything with you, and it's just like a fucking horrible thing. You signed your life away.
Yeah.
Now, Will, do you remember the last song that you cried to?
No, but I do remember the last one that I got like the closest to.
Okay.
I need to make sure I get the name right. Oh, it was The Luckiest by Ben Folds. I'm looking for we're looking for songs to play at my wedding. So,
and that is an amazing song, but there's a lot of heartbreak in there to play at a wedding. But yeah.
I don't know if it made it to the list yet, but it's still up in the air.
All right. Yeah, just sit down and close your eyes and listen to the lyrics fully, and maybe don't play that all. How about you, Ryan?
I have two. I don't remember which was first, but King Park by La Dispute and what was that Ludo song? It was on there. It's like the last song on the Broken Bride. I don't know if you know who Ludo is.
Yeah.
But it's like this
Morning
whole
in May.
Yeah, Morning in May. There's like this whole story about this like guy going back in time to try to save his wife from dying, and he fucks up, and then the last song is him just getting in the car to like crash with her.
Wow. That's that's some dark shit.
That one's getting played at the wedding too.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
No, it's not.
You should play the first one on that.
There's certain things that shouldn't be not a wedding song. Or like do you guys know Mount Erie?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, a crow looked at me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean forget it. Like, you want to talk about, listen, I've told people, I go, if you really want to cry, like if you need a good cry and you haven't had a good cry in a long time, just put on that Mount Erie album, A Crow Looked at Me. And your life will be forever shaken. Like, I almost think sometimes it should not be allowed to be online just randomly so people don't come across it. But
yeah, I remember exactly where I was the first time I heard like anything off of that. I was in the break room at work. and then I just had to go back.
Did you work in a morgue? Like, where did you work?
I worked in a kitchen, so I mean, close enough.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So, but yeah, like you just go back out there and act like fucking, yeah, here's your mac and cheese.
Yeah. It's tears dripping. Yeah, sorry, it's oversalted, but whatever.
Yeah.
There you go. Wow. All right. Got through that. So, without crying. But we've got a little emotional there. Let's get a little bit more emotional.
Uh-oh.
The world's going to end in 5 minutes. Meteors hurling, crashing into the earth, and you can only listen to one song. What song are you listening to, Ryan?
Fuck. I don't know. That's I don't know. Just something really heavy, probably. I found this band called Worm Shepherd, and they're just insanely heavy. Probably that.
All right. Yeah. So it's like you can hear the sound of the meteor coming to hit you in the face right before.
Yeah. Like, I want it to sound like Armageddon if it's happening, you know?
All right. How about you, Will?
I'm going to go in just a slightly different direction and say Dizzy on the Come Down by Turnover.
Nice.
Because that's like our wedding song or whatever.
I thought that was a Goo Goo Dolls album when you first said it.
That's Dizzy Up the Girl.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
Don't go shitting on the Goo Goo Dolls. I love them.
That's funny because that would have been a Jansky answer if it was Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah. Jansky is the other guitarist.
Nice. Now, I'm guessing you're going to have a DJ at your wedding?
Yes.
Okay.
But we are also playing.
Okay. That's what I was trying to get to without, not asking. Is it a paid event for you guys? No. A paid concert? No. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're paying a fucking lot of money to do it.
Well, I mean,
not us specifically, but somebody is.
I mean, that's an announcement. I don't know if you have another announcement you'd like to give out if you want to or not. Anything new coming from you guys?
There is. Right now, we don't know when exactly. Hopefully, the announcement for it will be roughly 30 days from now. But there will be a couple singles. I don't know can you call them singles if two come out at the same time?
I mean, you do, because so my theory for like an EP has to be 4 or more songs, because that's the way it was back in the day. A CD, an EP was 4 songs. So
yeah, that makes sense. I don't know what to call. I don't know what to call it because it's more than one song that we're putting out for the.
But I mean, like, doesn't Apple and Spotify label it as a single, even if there's 2 on it, which is crazy. But because I think almost you have to put it in as an EP. Who fucking knows nowadays? I can't keep up with all this shit.
Yeah, no, that's all
why I go to
my
Bandcamp. I go to Bandcamp to find all my music, and then if I want to support an artist, I'll buy directly from there on the Fridays. So
yeah, but yeah, so I don't know if I actually answered we do have a new album coming out at some point, hopefully pretty soon.
And that's all I was looking for. I mean, it gives people something excited to look forward to after they hear all the cool music from you guys that'll be in the episode. But I mean, that's going to that. I mean, how excited are you to finally get the music out, and how's that monkey off your back type of feeling going so far?
Well, it isn't off. It isn't there yet. Like we're,
I know it's not there yet, but I mean the fact that it's coming instead of finishing something and letting it sit there for, as a lot of people sometimes have to sit on it for a fucking year before it goes anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, we're definitely really excited, but it's also just like there's so much anxiety about, like, there's so much time between finishing it and putting it out that it's just so hard not to like hyper fixate on, well, when is it going to be out? Like, what else can we be doing to get it out faster?
Fucking labels, man.
Well, yeah, that's kind of been, our label has been going through some like stuff with their like management and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
they had to like separate from their partner label and stuff.
Yeah, so that's kind of why it's been taking a long time. But
yeah, I mean, and it's happening to everybody on the label, so it's not just an us problem.
Yeah, but well, yeah,
everybody's been having to go through it a little bit.
Well, I'm sure when it comes out, it will be going to be on my fucking first playlist for, I'll have the countdown for when I find out when it's coming out so I can blast it and listen to it and share it with people. Because I'm always excited when I find a band and I love their stuff and something new is coming out. I always like something to look forward to. So that's why I wanted you guys to get it out there that people are going to have something to look forward to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it's kind of different too, like from the album. I don't know. There's a lot more like, I don't know. I feel like there's slower songs and I feel like there's more diversity in this than there was in our last album,
Was that just the creative process or was it like a conscious effort?
It's just what came out, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably both. Like, so on the first one, we did not change keys a single fucking time. Everything was in D major.
Easier to play live shows that way.
Yeah, like, and I don't know, that's just kind of like, that wasn't a decision that we made either. Like, that was just kind of how it happened. But for this one, I definitely wanted to change, keys at least fucking once. So, and everything on the first one was in like an open tuning, and at least I want to say at least half of the new one is either in standard or drop D. So hopefully it gives it a little bit of a different sound.
Well, I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm very happy for you guys to, I wish I could be happier that it was out, but very happy that you're getting there. So,
yeah, I didn't realize that like we could have sent it to you. I didn't even think about it. So we could probably send it to you.
Yeah, no worries, man. It's all good. I understand how sometimes some things are precious, and I'll take it or I won't take it. Like I just, I'm just happy that there is something to look forward to. So
I don't know. I'm not precious about it. I want it fucking out there and done.
Yeah, I get it. So I'm going to ask a question, and I'm going to eventually be able to stop prefacing that this question's been around longer than all the trouble that had been transpiring over in California earlier this year with wildfires and everything. But this lends me to the question. I'll start with Ryan. Your home is on fire and all your family, friends, pets, everybody gets out, and you can run in and grab one piece of music, memorabilia, or instrument or something. One thing. What's the first thing you're running back in and grabbing?
I have a bass. I have like a 1970s Fender bass in here that is not mine and is probably worth like $2,000. So probably that. I think it's the most expensive thing in my house right now, and it shouldn't be in my house.
All right. How about you, Will?
So if we're going based off what's in my house right now, probably I have a telly that I ordered through the not the custom shop, but like the mod or whatever, where you kind of, it's like the poor man's custom shop. Probably that, just because I spent way more than I should have on it.
So you're just trying to recoup the feeling of
just
for something.
Just trying to soften the blow as hard as I can.
Now, other than instruments, do you have like some music memorabilia, maybe a T-shirt, a poster, or anything that a record, something that you hold near and dear that you would want to grab as well? Will?
I know I do. I just can't think of I'm trying to think of which specific probably vinyl of Holy Ghost by Modern Baseball.
Okay. Nice. How about you, Ryan?
I have an old 7-inch. I think, is that what it's called? The small vinyl.
Yes.
7-inch?
Yes.
I have a 7-inch of the Nazi Punks Fuck Off. And I forget what's on the other side of the religion song. I forget what it is, but I'd probably grab that.
Nice. All right. Awesome. Well, we're going to be coming into our hour, and we'll probably get a little bit over that when we finish this. I mean, we made the announcement a little bit that you're going to have new music coming out. But before we move into our final segment, which I know you guys had your phones up earlier, you're probably going to want to pull them up again. Our final segment is called the Weekly Threes. It's 3 things you're listening to that you want to share with people. You guys will give your 3, then I'll give my 3. But right now, I'd love you guys to just throw out your handles, your labels, tell people how to find what it is you're doing, and keep up to, what shows you may have coming up, your new music, and just stay on their radar.
So we just finished a tour a couple weeks ago, so we don't have any shows booked coming up right now. I think all of our social media is Thanks I Hate It CA. They should all be the same.
Yeah, it's either Thanks I Hate It CA or Thanks I Hate It Band, one of the two.
But I think it's CA. Should be on everything. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So we are in our final segment. It is our Weekly Threes. As I said, it's 3 things you're listening to that you would like other people to check out. I'll start with Ryan. You give your 3.
Oh, well, I mentioned Worm Shepherd. I'm listening to Hunger by Worm Shepherd. It's this fantasy death metal. I don't know what it is. Deathcore something. Yeah. And Crown Magnetar. I don't know if you know who they are. But Punishment by them. It's like an EP that came out recently. And I don't know if I have a third one. Throne's pretty cool. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Will.
All right. Well, I think the most recent thing I was listening to was Like Roses. They're a band from Berkeley, kind of near us, so they're really cool.
Yeah.
Palette Knife for sure. I'm gonna say their name 60 more times by the time we finish. Start anywhere with their discography. They're a 3-piece, but they sound like 7 people. And probably Barely Civil. They're another band I found I think they were the first DIY band that I found that really got me into the this genre and this scene. So yeah, probably them.
Yeah, I had Barely Civil on my 3s a while back. Really fucking good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, my turn for my 3s of the week. The first one is what's crazy is the first 2, they're no longer bands, but it just for some reason I go through stuff, I bring stuff to work, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot I had this. What does this? Maybe I forgot what it sounds like, but so the first one is a band called The Slip. The name of the album is Eisenhower. Came out in 2006. I guess we can kind of say indie rockish type of stuff. They started out as a jam band, but they went on to hone their skills into something great, and then they were gone. But The Slip is the name of the band. Next is Dredg, Dredg. 2005 was when the album came out, which is called Catch Without Arms. I mean, we used the term before, but alt rock. I mean, there's no place to really place it, but really fucking good. Highly recommend it. And last but not least, something that was a little newer, Leisure Hour. The name of the album is The Sunny Side. Kind of Midwest emo-ish type of sound. We're using those terms again. So, those are my 3 for this week.
Yeah, I don't know if we've ever been able to talk to Leisure Hour, but we definitely know them.
Nice.
Yeah, I've definitely seen their name a lot.
Yeah, really, really good. Really great band. And I know they got new music coming out too, so I'm excited for that from them.
Yeah.
But Will, Ryan, I truthfully, honestly, a huge, huge thoughtfulness, and thank you so much for creating the music that brought us together today. I mean, without it, I think more people can get together just through music alone, and everyone's, no matter race, religion, gender, creed, whatever you fucking believe in, everyone can kind of come to some great understanding through music. So that's why it's so important. So what you're doing is really important. Keep it up. Very excited for what you guys have coming up. And, truly thank you so much for creating music that got us together.
Yeah, well, thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, yeah, anyone that listened, thank you.
Well, everybody out there in the world, you know what time it is now. It's time to go out, listen to Thanks, I Hate It, and have a great fucking time.
I asked him to book a show. I was hoping that he knows that he's my new dad now, so I won't have to say it out loud. He works there to pay the rent. He doesn't care about my band. It's all that emotion. He says we'll all just cut our wrists. We'll end up bleeding on the bar, and then he'll have to clean it up. Tim, I know your job is tough, but I'm your bar son, show some love. I'm your bar son, show some love. We're not as punk as you'd prefer. We're not as cool as circle jerks, but if you'd help me spread the word, you'll get the tips that you deserve. You'll get the tips that you deserve. You told her to go alone. I was crying on the phone. I got a new band now, and I dare you to count us out. While you were working on yourself, I was looking for some shelter and a little help. A little help. While you were picking at my bones, I found somewhere to call my home. To call home. I asked him to book a show. I was hoping that he knows that he's my new dad now, so I won't have to say it out loud. He works there to pay the rent. He doesn't care about my band. It's all that emotion. He says we'll all just cut our wrists. He says we'll all just cut our wrists.
Thanks again for tuning into the Hidden Tracks podcast. We hope you enjoyed this week's show. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at HiddenTracks99. Also, send all your submissions myhiddentracks99@gmail.com. Tune in next week. You may find your new favorite band And don't forget to go out and have a great fucking time.